In the world of nursing research, getting the right sample size is crucial. It's like finding the perfect ingredients for a recipe. Too little, and your results might lack flavor. Too much, and you're wasting resources. Sample size is the number of participants in your study. It directly impacts the reliability and generalizability of your findings. A well-calculated sample size increases the chance of detecting statistically significant results. This means you can be more confident that your findings are real and not just due to chance. Imagine you're testing a new medication. A small sample size might miss subtle effects, while a larger, well-chosen sample would be more likely to reveal them. This is why getting the sample size right is fundamental to impactful nursing research. By understanding the principles of sample size calculation, you can contribute to evidence-based practice with more confidence. Your research will be stronger, and your findings will be more likely to make a real difference in patient care. Before diving into sample size calculation, let's clarify some key terms. Population. This refers to the entire group your research aims to understand. Sample, a smaller representative group selected from the population. Sampling methods. Techniques to select your sample. Random sampling. Every member has an equal chance of being selected. Choosing the right method depends on your research question. Calculating the appropriate sample size doesn't have to be daunting. Follow these steps to determine the optimal number of participants. Step 1. Define your research question and variables. Clearly state what you want to investigate. Identify your independent and dependent variables. Step 2. Determine the level of significance, alpha, and power. Alpha, usually set at 0.05, represents the probability of rejecting the null hypothesis when it's true. Power, typically set at 80% or higher, is the probability of correctly rejecting the null hypothesis. Step 3. Estimate the effect size. Effect size refers to the magnitude of the effect you expect to observe. Step 4. Use a sample size calculator or formula. Numerous online calculators and software can help you determine the sample size. Consult with a statistician to ensure your sample size calculation is appropriate. Section 4. Ensuring accuracy tips for reliable sample size calculations. Accurate sample size calculation is vital for credible research findings. Here are some tips to enhance the reliability of your calculations. 1. Be realistic about attrition. Attrition refers to participants dropping out of the study. Overestimate your sample size slightly to account for potential dropouts and ensure you have enough data for analysis. 2. Consider subgroup analysis. If you plan to analyze data for specific subgroups within your sample, ensure your sample size is large enough to provide meaningful results for each subgroup. 3. Review similar studies. Explore the sample sizes used in similar studies in your field. This can provide valuable insights and help you justify your chosen sample size. 4. Consult a statistician. Engage a statistician early in the research process. They can provide expert guidance on sample size calculation, statistical analysis, and interpretation of your findings. By following these tips, you can minimize errors and increase the accuracy of your sample size calculations, strengthening the validity and impact of your research. Section 5. Real-world applications. Sample size in nursing research. The principles of sample size calculation are applied across various areas of nursing research. Let's explore some real-world examples. Intervention studies. When testing the effectiveness of a new nursing intervention, an adequately sized sample ensures that observed effects are likely due to the intervention rather than chance. Survey research. In surveys exploring nursing practices or attitudes, a representative sample is crucial for generalizing findings to the larger nursing population. Qualitative studies. While sample size calculation in qualitative research is less formulaic, it's still essential to ensure data saturation, meaning you've gathered enough data to fully understand the phenomenon under investigation. By understanding how to determine the right sample size, nurse researchers can contribute to evidence-based practice with greater confidence, leading to improved patient care and outcomes. Section 6. Conclusion. Mastering sample size for research success. Mastering sample size calculation is an essential skill for any nurse researcher. By understanding the principles outlined in this guide, you can conduct research that is both scientifically rigorous and ethically sound. Remember, the goal is not simply to achieve statistical significance, but to ensure your findings are meaningful and applicable to real-world nursing practice. Always prioritize careful planning, consult with experts, and let the principles of sample size calculation guide your research journey. By embracing these practices, you contribute to a culture of evidence-based nursing, empowering yourself and your peers to provide the highest quality of patient care.